the splenic vein,
Okay.
the hepatic portion.
Can you do the whole thing? I mean,
The hepatic portal?
the whole. Like we don't
Okay.
know anything. Yeah.
Yeah. From which way you guys want to start? You guys want to start from the artery, vein, heart?
Start from the heart.
Side.
For the heart. From the beginning.
Yeah. From the heart, let's start from the right atrium. Then we will go through the arteries. So we have our right atrium. Then we have our valve, which is the tricuspid, to the right ventricle. Right ventricle contracts and sends blood to the pulmonary trunk through the pulmonary semilunar valve. Pulmonary trunk then changes into left and right pulmonary arteries, then which goes to the lungs. Gas exchange happens. Then the blood comes to the left and right side of the lungs to the veins, left and right pulmonary veins. Then it comes to the left atrium through the bicuspid valve to the left ventricle. Then it goes through the aortic semilunar valve to the ascending aorta. Of the ascending aorta, we have our left and right coronary arteries, which gives blood to the heart itself, feeds the heart. Then we have our aortic arch. Aortic arch gives us three major blood vessels: right brachiocephalic, left common carotid, and left subclavian. Right brachiocephalic then gives blood to the head and the right hand, which is our right common carotid artery. Then we have our external and internal. Internal going to the brain, external going to the skull, head and skull. Then we have our subclavian coming off the brachiocephalic, the other side of the blood vessel. Subclavian carries the oxygenated blood to the axillary. Axillary then goes to the brachial. Brachial down here goes to the radial and ulnar arteries. So from here, after the blood gets used in the forearm and the hand, then it gets transferred into the vein. So if we had our radial vein, it would have been here. If we had ulnar vein, it would have been here. Since we don't have it in here, it's cut from here. See? So the radial and ulnar vein from here, right as it's branching here, it would have got together. It looks like it's gotten together in here, but this is actually median cubital vein.
Okay.
It's not one of the radial or ulnar. So it would have branched into here to the brachial, then to axillary vein, then to subclavian vein, then right brachiocephalic vein, then superior vena cava back to the
Right atrium.
right atrium. It's the same way on this side as well. The veins. Radial and ulnar, brachial, axillary, subclavian, left brachiocephalic, and then here. So common carotid, since we said internal and external. Internal was from the brain and external from the skull. When the blood gets used, gets deoxygenated, goes to the veins. Which veins we have? Our internal jugular and external jugular. So internal from the brain, external from the skull and stuff. So this is not correct as well. It's kind of showing it's common jugular, but it's not. It would have been external jugular in here, internal jugular, one more vein in here. So she would test for that in probably in the torso model.
Oh, yeah, okay.
You can see in there. So let's see. We said then again it's the left common carotid for the left side, the same internal and external. Then we have our subclavian artery going to the axillary, brachial, radial, and ulnar, the same way. So these three blood vessels we did. So from the aortic arch, we said gives it to the three blood vessels, then goes down to the descending aorta. Descending aorta giving blood to this thoracic cavity, going down to a more descending aorta or abdominal aorta. We have our celiac trunk in here. Celiac trunk branches off three more blood vessels: gastric, our splenic artery, and hepatic artery, or common hepatic artery, I think it is, or one of them. Then we have, going down, we have our superior mesenteric artery, which is this point. This is the superior mesenteric artery.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I thought this is it.
This one, no, I think it's this one. If we look more on the other models, it's kind of numbered, and if you see, This one would be the superior mesenteric artery. But yeah, Dinesh is coming tomorrow if you guys like coming. Just make sure with that. Yeah. Then we have our renal arteries going to the kidney. Then coming down, we have our left and right gonadal arteries. Then we have our inferior mesentery. Then after that, right in here, this abdominal aorta or descending aorta branches off into common iliac. The left and right common iliac. Then common iliac branches into two more, internal iliac and external iliac. Then that goes into the femoral. Okay, femoral artery, then popliteal, then it goes all the way down to your tibial and fibular.
Or you can say foot too.
Yeah.
Say foot.
Then again, when the blood gets used, deoxygenated blood goes through this great saphenous or femoral vein, popliteal vein, and again those other veins, tibial and fibular veins. It's going from here to the femoral or great saphenous to the external iliac vein. Then it goes to the common iliac vein. Also, the internal iliac vein is bringing the deoxygenated blood into the common iliac. Then it goes to the inferior vena cava. Inferior vena cava goes to the right atrium. Right atrium. Along the way, while it is going, it's getting blood from the kidneys. But you can see here, it's not actually getting blood from the spleen or any other digestive organs. It's only getting from the kidneys, liver, kidneys and liver, and going into the right atrium.
So that's the celiac trunk, right?
No, celiac trunk was for the arteries.
Okay.
Yeah. Since you said this inferior vena cava is not getting blood from any other organ, any other digestive organs, apart from the liver, we have another sets of veins, which is called hepatic portal system. It's all mainly from the digestive organs because we have toxic chemicals what we eat. So those do not need to go in our bloodstream to go in the lungs and so they can especially in the brain when it travels. So what happens from the digestive organs like intestines, small and large intestine, one set of blood vessels is superior and inferior mesentery. So this is the inferior, it comes all the way down here to the digestive organs and superior mesentery from the upper parts, especially like the large intestine and stuff. Those. Then we have our gastric vein, the gastric vein in here, and splenic vein. See, these are purple. These are all the blood vessels which have blood filled with carbon dioxide and also other chemicals. What they do, they go to this hepatic portal vein, and goes to the liver, it gets detoxified, then it goes to this blue vein, which is actually going into the inferior vena cava. This blood, it still has it's still deoxygenated, but it doesn't have all those toxics.
Yeah.
Then it goes to the right atrium, then it can go all the way out. So this is the exception. I don't know if what lecture she's doing. It's actually, you can see it's coming from the vein to the venules, capillaries, back to vein. And so normally it's vein, venules, capillaries to the artery, or artery, arterioles, capillaries to the vein. Here, that is the exception. It's just going vein to vein. The other exception for the artery, that's in the kidney.
Yeah.
It's arterioles and stuff, then goes back to the different artery, then goes to the veins. So in here. So this was pretty much in here. On the thoracic cavity, we have our our intercostal veins and arteries. Arteries brings blood, then it gives to the intercostal veins. Intercostal veins, right in here somewhere, there's like big vein. It's called hemiazygos from the left side. Hemiazygos takes blood from all this part, all these intercostal veins, goes down from here. In here we have this one big vein which is called azygos. Hemiazygos coming from here, all the bloods deoxygenated, goes in here, dumps it into azygos. Azygos along the way takes deoxygenated blood from the right side of thoracic cavity or intercostal veins, and hemiazygos to the superior vena cava. It dumps the bloods in here, and you can actually see the azygos vein on those small heart models, which would be this one. So it's going into the superior vena cava. That. See what other things I don't know. Do you guys remember anything else?
I think that's it.
Yeah, I think that's all.
That's pretty much it.
Thank you.
Thank you
You're
so
welcome.
much.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Yeah.